just something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out, it's something about her. Say, ooh, it's something about kind of woman that wants you but don't need you. Hey, I can't figure it out, it's something about her.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is just going to be this simple bronzed glam look. So I have put a pink gloss with it, but you could tee it with a red lip and that would look absolutely amazing as well. So I've tried to keep my eyes really simple, just really glowy with a really big winged liner, and the rest of my skin is quite glowy as well. So I have used majority of the Chi Chi palette to achieve this look. This you can get from Target or Maya. Chi Chi is an amazing brand and it's really affordable as well. So I really, really highly recommend that you go out and get this palette, and you can achieve so many looks with it. What I have got on my chest, this is a airbrush bronze spray. So I got this from Bath and Body Works. So this is what it looks like. It's called At the Beach and it has a really nice coconut smell and just gives the skin a really nice luminosity to it. So it's just so simple. It's just an aerosol can and you literally just spray it on.
Okay, let's get started. So I'm going in with MAC Paint Pot in the colour Laying Low. So I'm covering my eye using my synthetic brush, which is the 139L06. So making sure that I'm covering my whole eye up to my eyebrow. Next I'm going in with the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and I'm going to go in with this nice peachy shade and the really nice maroon shade as well. I'm also using my brush 160W10. This is the most amazing blending brush. So as you can see, I'm just going in really nice circular motions around the crease of my eye. So I'm going in really lightly with these colors first because I want to be able to build the color up. So keep doing really small circular strokes, and then I just come into the eye along my crease as well, just to give it a little bit more definition. When blending, make sure that you're really light-handed as well. You don't want to have a really heavy hand on the eye. So using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the colour 630, this is a really nice gold shade. I'm just going to carve out my eyelid and I'm going to give myself a little bit of a cut crease. So this is going to help any shade that I put over the top to stand out more. So I'm just smoothing it out with a synthetic brush again because we don't want any harsh lines. And because it wasn't intense enough, I've just gone back in again with the jumbo stick just to make it that little bit more intense. Because this is the base for the eyeshadow, you need to make sure that it's really smoothed out well. For the eyeshadow, I'm going with the Chi Chi Celestial Glow palette. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time. So I'm just going in with the champagne-y color and I'm going to just dab that over where I've put the NYX Jumbo pencil. So this is going to make the color stand out so much more and it's going to be really intense. The brush I'm using is the 12908 and this is from my brush line as well. So this is the perfect eyeshadow brush. Going back in with my 160W10, I'm just smoothing out the edges and making sure that they're looking blended again. Eyeliner time. So here we go with the sticky tape. So I put it on the back of my hand first to lose most of the stickiness because you don't want it to be too sticky on your face. I always make sure that I line it up with my bottom lashes as that's going to give me the best line. So going in with my favorite eyeliner, it's the INGLOT gel in the number 77 and I'm using my synthetic angled brush, which is the 106S06. So as you can see, I'm doing really small strokes. So when it comes to eyeliner, you need to be so careful and the strokes need to be so tiny. You need to go back and dab your brush into the eyeliner quite a few times because when your brush starts to dry out from the eyeliner, it's not going to be as smooth and as silky and you're not going to get your line as thin. So make sure that you're going right along your lash line and you really want to get the liner on your lashes as well. Especially if you're blonde, you don't want to leave any white or blonde lashes there because then it's going to be really obvious. So now it's time to peel the tape off and as you can see, my liner is perfect. It gives you the most sharpest line ever. Using my ALDI wipes, I'm going to go in and clean up under my eye. If your liner isn't perfect and straight, you can always go in and fix it with the wipes. I love doing this because this can create an even sharper liner. I also make sure that I clean off anything else that's on the face because you want your face to be nice and clean and free of oil so that your foundation will stick. I'm just coating my lashes with my favourite mascara from Max Factor. This is the voluminous one. And now going in with the LILLY lashes in Mykonos. So my favourite lash glue is the Duo Eyelash Glue, and it's in the dark tone. I find that this is really, really strong. When applying lashes, make sure that you look down into a mirror and come above your eye to pop your lashes on. I feel that it's so much easier if you can come above your eye and place them on top of your lashes, just as I'm doing there. Make sure that you look back into the mirror as you're doing this, just to make sure that they're placed correctly, and then you can start to stick them down properly. Make sure that when you do put the glue on that you allow at least 30 seconds before putting them onto your eyes, as that gives time for the glue to get tacky. To prep the skin, I'm going to go in with the GLAMGLOW Glow Starter Moisturiser. This is really illuminating and super hydrating. So I'm just applying it with my hands, and I'm going to use this as my primer as well. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the NARS Sheer Glow, and I've applied it to my foundation brush, the 112S20. So as you can see, I am just really nicely buffing this into my skin. I'm not doing long strokes. I'm trying to buff it in, and I'm trying to press it right into the skin. So then that way, it's going to be pushed into the skin and not going to be sitting on the skin. I've got this in fast forward because I don't want it to be too slow, but I am really buffing it in. I've now gone in with a lighter shade of the NARS Sheer Glow in the center of my face. I felt like the other foundation I had on was a little bit too dark, so just to brighten my face, I've gone in with a lighter shade just in the middle. Now I'm going in with concealer, and I'm using the Naked Urban Decay Concealer. I'm going over all the areas that I want to brighten. So under the eyes, my nose, my forehead, and my chin. So I'm just going in with a mini beauty blender, and I'm making sure that I'm blending this really well. You want to do this quite quickly before the concealer dries, because if it dries, it's going to be a lot harder to blend out. The mini beauty blenders are really good to get up into the eye and also onto the inner corner of the eye. I find that the big ones are just too hard. So make sure that you just keep blending, blending, blending until it all blends in. To contour, I'm going in with the matte contouring stick. So I'm just using the same foundation brush, and I'm just dabbing a small amount on the tip. So here I am going in under my cheekbones, and I'm making sure that I'm blending it really well. Because of the foundation that's already left on the foundation brush, it's going to make the contouring a lot easier, and it's going to help it blend in a lot better too. So I'm just going up into my forehead as well. Make sure that you don't put too much of this contour on the brush at first. You can always go in later. So now I'm going to do my nose, and I'm just going in with a different synthetic brush, a really mini one. That way I can get really sharp lines on the side of my nose and also the tip of my nose. As I'm doing this, I need to go back with my beauty blender and make sure that it's all blending in really seamlessly. We don't want to have those harsh lines. I love to go in under my bottom lip as well to make it look like it's more pouty and more protruding. I've only just started contouring my lips as well. I find that this makes them look a little bit bigger. So when you're doing this, really make sure that you are blending it out. You can't overblend or blend too much. So I'm going in with the Kim Kardashian West Beauty contour sticks as well. So I find that these are great for lip contouring because they're the perfect size. I may have gone just a little overboard with the contour, but that's okay. I'm just going to dab it with the beauty blender. If you ever think that you go too far over the top, just go in with your beauty blender again. I really wanted to sharpen my contour line, so I just thought I would go back in with the KKW Beauty stick and just make them a little bit more intense. To set under my eyes, I'm going in with my favorite banana powder. So this is going to brighten under my eyes, and I'm going in with my brush 118W12. So I've really packed on a heap of banana powder onto this brush, and I'm just going to apply under the eyes to set it. I'm going to put it on my chin, my nose, and also my forehead, wherever I want to brighten my face. To set my contour, I'm going in with the Shade and Light palette. So I'm using the two darkest shades here, and I'm using my 117D18 soft angled brush. So starting out near my ear, I'm just dabbing this contour on. We don't want to be putting too much on, and we don't want to be swiping it either. We're literally just setting the contour that we've already put there. When you dab it on, the brush expands and it makes it look like it's a lot more of a natural look because it's spreading out the bronzer really well on your skin. Going in with an angled fluffy brush, I'm just going to use the darker shade in the contour palette to contour underneath my eyes. So I really like to do this because it creates a bit more depth, as you can see, and it helps to tee in the bottom of my eye to the top of my eye as well. I just like everything to look really balanced. So going back to that Chi Chi palette, I'm going in with the lighter shade for the inner corners of my eyes. I really want to highlight on the inner corners and make my eyes look open and bright. I'm also using this MAC Nude eyeliner pencil to put on the inner rim of my eyes. This makes my eyes look more open and it makes the whites of my eyes look more white. So now it's time for eyebrows, and I'm back using another small angular brush. This is the 10606. So I like to put a darker shade down the bottom just to outline my brows, and then I go in with a lighter shade to colour them in. As you can see, this is all really small strokes as well, and it's very gradual. I don't like to go in too heavy with the brows. I just like to do it quite light. So now I'm just carving out under my brow with a little bit of concealer. That way I can get a nice sharp line. Now it's time for highlight. So I'm just going in with this goldy colour from the Chi Chi palette again. And I've just put it on my fan brush and I'm going on my cheekbones. And I will go in doing this a couple of times. But as you can see, this palette is so pigmented, you don't need a lot of highlight anyway. So going in with a smaller brush, I'm just going to go into the champagne colour and highlight underneath my brows. And I just like to fan it out with my finger a little bit just so it's not too intense. So I'm going down the bridge of my nose as well. I'll go on the tip of my nose and then also my Cupid's bow. I just really like to highlight the center of my face. I just feel like in photos it looks really pretty and beautiful and gives you that natural glow. I've really come to loving highlighting my lips too. Now going with the reddy shade from that highlighting palette, I'm going to use that as blush. This is going to give a really nice subtle glow. Now going in with my lip liner, I'm using Lipliner Bashful. This is from Victoria MUA Cosmetics and I absolutely love these lip liners. The consistency is so creamy and so smooth. And one of my favorite glosses, this is from MODELROCK Cosmetics. This is in the color Polly and it is a beautiful opaque lip gloss. So there you have it guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and enjoy the rest of your day.